Alright, that we do, folks. Your bull Marks 1205 numbers after the name. Maybe next Wednesday we bring some raid footage. You know what I mean? I'm recording this the Sunday before the first season like starts or whatever, which is weird for me. I know like games were split up into seasons here for a minute. I get it. It's like the Fortnite thing, stuff like that. But this might be like the first time I'm actually kind of participating in this season division thing. I find it funny though. We call it season. It's just like a DLC drop, and it just happens to be free, which is good. But it's cool. They're gonna bring back raid, a bunch of stuff. The Warzone integration, I like try it out. The Rebirth Island thing. I'll probably give all that stuff a try, but I'm probably staying with the base multiplayer for now because I'm having a really good time with it, man. And in this game, I want to talk to you a little bit about Nuketown and how Nuketown kind of plays over here, man. It plays, I think I kind of mentioned in the previous video, you know, where it depends kind of on the game mode that you're playing with, and it's still very much true. I mean, you can see right here is playing on Dom, like, we're pushed back here, and that's it. Like, we're not getting out. Like, there's no, like, options over here. You have the same kind of lines of sights that you normally would have on Nuketown. There feels like there are maybe a little bit more like indentations and stuff, but I think it's also just players are better. I think those things may have always been there, and people just didn't use them to like the extent that they use them. I find using a suppressor here extremely helpful, especially for when you finally manage to break through and you get into like the other person's house or whatnot. The spawns, I feel, are even like more savage than regular Nuketown spawns. Like you could really push up in a spawn and be up in people's face and be hurting people. You know, one thing also, like the shooting through stuff, just in general in this game, I feel is weaker than in other previous Call of Duty games. I feel like I was able to shoot through stuff in other games that I just can't shoot through. And I was a big wall bag guy. Like that was kind of always like my like kind of, you know, little ace in the hole, shall you say, where someone like hides behind this wall and I'm like, whatever, I'm just gonna shoot through it. And you can, and I don't know if there's an FMJ type thing to equip. It definitely doesn't seem like it. I've kind of maxed out, I think, the M16, the MP5, the AUG, the shotties, and I just haven't run into one. Maybe like they're in the LMG section or something like that. Maybe it's only for specific guns or either a sniper or something like that, which is cool. But it does make for a little bit of a interesting thing there where like I'm like, I'm pretty sure I can shoot through that. It's just like wood. And then sometimes you can shoot through it. I mean, I know in was it Crossroads? No, not Crossroads. I don't know, the one with the plane in the middle, man. I can't remember the name of it. That one's all Checkmate. There's like a little wooden section there, kind of like on the A flag, and you can shoot through that. Like that's fine. But you can't shoot through like a little wooden crate like right next to it. And you're like, all right, so crate no good, thin wall, cool. And even here, like I vaguely remember shooting through garages in previous, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe my memory's failing me right there. Maybe it's not correct over here. But it's definitely a fun addition over here. I think they're gonna do a Christmas theme with it, or maybe I think it's by the time this video out, maybe it's already out. So it's definitely fun. And overall, I'm still having a very fun time with the game. They seem to have stabilized a lot of the glitches and stuff that I kind of complained about in my previous video for the Xbox Series X. I haven't played as much this week, but the couple times I've gone on for some sessions, I haven't had, like, I pull out the Hellstorm thingy and the game crashes and stuff like that. It hasn't been, like, that egregious. I haven't had getting the chopper gunner and it kind of crashes. Then again, I haven't really had a chopper gunner because I've unequipped it because they made it, like, a jacked up streak. Like, yo, I made the chopper gunner, like, yo, I never heard of changing the score streaks like that. It was like, yo, 1,000 more points. I was like, what? Like, say word. Like, so, I don't know. I might still run it, I might not. I never really did, like, too great when I would get it anyway, so I'm kind of thinking about running some lower streaks. For now, it's still Care Package, Hellstorm, whatever it's called in this game, and TBD is the other one. Apparently, they're adding some score streaks, too, so maybe some of those will kind of entice me a little bit when they come out. I think I put, like, the VTOL just to like, kind of see how that goes, because it got, like, well, it's under now that the, it's under now the chopper gunner. So we'll see, but changing that kind of stuff and a little bit weird. And I guess we're getting our first like weapon balance too, which I think is needed for a lot of guns. Like the M16 is just way too strong. I don't know, man. I like using it, but it is way too strong. I'm going through the AUG right now just to get through the camos on all those marksman rifles and stuff. And I mean, the AUG is like just like a poor man's M16, and it's still like too strong probably. So it's interesting to kind of compare those, and then sometimes I'll pick up assault rifles and I'll be like, man, these things feel like so weak, like I don't know like what to do with this, like everything just bounces around, and that dude with the M16 just murdered me with a burst, so I don't really know why I would ever want to equip this, but I don't know. And the submachine guns, I've only used a handful, honestly. I'm finishing up my last couple medals in MP5, point blank. camo, which, by the way, the point blank thing, man, you really gotta be point blank. Like, you gotta be like up in the person, like point blank to get it. There's a lot of times where I think I'm like pretty damn close to the person, you don't get it, and you're like, what? Like, what the hell happened over here? I also recommend, if you gotta get the long shots on it, go play hardcore. And by the way, just a little quick aside, I almost posted a hardcore video because I did really well when I was playing hardcore. I liked hardcore, in this game, and I've never been a big hardcore guy myself. I mean, I'm hardcore, but I'm not like a big hardcore guy. But yeah, it was pretty damn tight. I was like, yo, this is what's up, yo? Like, okay, like, cool. So the adding the 2 or 3 extra maps is definitely going to help for the multiplayer experience. There's not a lot of maps in the game, but for some reason I still haven't felt that like kind of like just boringness of the maps. I think it's because they're all good, so I'm kind of cool with it. Miami gets like a pretty bad rap in all fairness, but it's fine. It's nothing horrendous with it. It's just the map that for some reason people don't like. I have Nuketown in there, Raid will come in there. You get the new Pine Woods map, it'll be cool to kind of get those like additions over there and just get the rotation getting a little bit bigger. And hopefully by like Season 2, then we're like at a reasonable place. And yeah, so overall, my impression is still very positive about the game. They fixed some of the stability things with it, which is important. You can't just have the game crashing, especially when you're doing well. That's just out of control. And there's still some frame rate hitches that I kind of get a little bit nervous about. There's still some connection stuff that I kind of get a little bit nervous about. Deprioritizing the skill-based matchmaking over the connection stuff is not right. I'm not a big anti-skill-based matchmaking person. I really don't care who I'm playing against, honestly. You can put me against, like, the most amazing people ever, or you can put me against the crappiest people ever. I'm looking to just kill them one way or the other. So I don't really care about that, but the connection should always be the priority. Like, connection. You gotta make the game run as smooth as possible. You gotta make everything look as smooth as possible. They're trying to, like, damn, kill this dude. Like, man, I gotta get these execution medals, bro. You know how tough these are for me, too. I don't really do that, so it's a little bit unnatural for me. So yeah, that's kind of like the fundamentals to me. It seems like stability-wise, we're in a better place than we were a couple weeks ago, especially on the Xbox Series X. I can't speak for anybody else. But connection-wise, still a little bit wonky sometimes. There's some just Treyarch wonkiness with it in general, which isn't cool or acceptable, but it just is what it is when it comes to like Treyarch stuff. But when you see like kind of some of the stuff that's coming up now, where like the skill-based matchmaking takes priority over that, nah, always connection, everything else second. So that's kind of where we're at over here in the game. I'm going to play through a little bit of Season 1 here. Hopefully next week come back with like some opinions on that, even though I got a lot of work to do and the holidays are right around, so who knows, but we're going to try to put in a little bit of work over here, get some fresh footage, get some good takes for y'all.
pushes back the Iron Curtain.
When are they gonna give us a real fucking challenge?